Hi, destiny always has a different story. Sometimes it happens that you are running over the target and the target keeps on moving. Relative velocity keeps on changing, and this is what happened in today's CDS paper. Till now we are talking about English and GS. So today we'll be discussing the CDS GS paper. How exactly was the GS paper for CDS 1 2021? Was it easy, was it moderate, or was it challenging as it used to be in the previous 4 or 5 times? So you might have your own views. You might be feeling it should easy, moderate, or whatever it is. You might have gone through the numerous views through your colleagues, your friends who might have appeared for the exam today. So I will be trying to give you an insight about how exactly the GS paper was, because most of the candidates are worried about this section only, although we know that the cutoff, the minimum cutoff, it's not cutoff, the cutoff minimum is 20, right? But definitely it will take a bounce this time. Means the paper was definitely easy. In fact, I would like to summarize that it was one of the easiest CDS GS paper in the last 3 years. 2017 onwards, we haven't seen such an easy paper in which 26 questions were repeated from various UPSC exam. Around 21 questions were straight fraud, especially in science, and you can say some of the current affairs as well, like Saubhagya scheme, right, was already asked in UPSC exams, and everybody might have done this. So let's have a look over the brief distribution of the questions among the different sections. Current affair and schemes. Modi ji really wants to know, really wants that whether people are aware of their scheme or not. He's trying his best. आपको भी पता होना चाहिए about these basic schemes, right? Like Indradhanush, Saubhagya scheme, and Deen Dayal Upadhyay Yojana, right? So many things, right? So as a citizen, you should be aware of this. So current affair plus schemes and some IR terms which I have integrated. So more or less, if I talk about especially current affairs, that means I term those as which has happened in the last 4 or maximum 5 months. I cannot say that Saubhagya is a current affair question. I cannot claim that DDU is a current affair question, right? We have discussed, I think 2 or 3 years back. In fact, Saubhagya scheme was a part of the UPSC civil services paper in 2016 or 17. Right, so current affairs was 11 and the schemes related questions were 8, which can be a scheme that means 1 year back, that is also possible, right? So we are actually proud enough to say that out of this 11 question of the current affairs, 8 were present in the DCA CDS current affair booklets. We have given to all our ex-students also the 2 PDF, part 1, part 2. This time we have given it free only to the ex because it got late, and you can check out the page number. Those who have received that can verify the claim, right? Geography plus environment, 18 question. Yes, Indian geography was ditto, I think completely copied from NCERT class 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. If you remember, if you check out our previous videos as well, I discussed some NCERT question like ladang, if you remember, the shifting agriculture. We have discussed in class the difference between intercropping, mixed cropping, right? Robusta, right? Arabica, the form. These all terms are present in NCERT exclusively. So the guy who has covered the NCERT in an order, or you can say if you have done self study, because everything cannot be taught अगर आपने खुद से पढ़ाई की होगी, you must have gone through the paper and the NCERT, then you feel that it's a ditto replica of the question which is present in NCERTs, right? Apart from this, apart from the easier this Indian geography section, the physical geography this time was really very easy. Last time it was missing, and last time we were unhappy that physical geography was almost missing from the paper, but this time again, those having the geography booklet, the DCA geography booklet question bank, you can verify. In fact, Willy Willy's typhoon, these all questions are repeated as well, and in fact this is present in a detailed explanation as a part of our notes. आप check कर सकते हैं उसको, right? So sometimes you work hard 1 year back and get the result 1 year later on. It happened this time. I remember that the 1.5 years ago we discussed the type of recessions, type of inflations, right? I discussed that difference between the galloping economy. I discussed hyperflation, stagflation, and this was present in the paper this time, right? So it happens, you need to keep on going. Anyways, history, that is around 21 questions. Some the world history, or you can say that theoretical questions, but Indian history questions were quite moderate in general as compared to the previous one. अब लास्ट के 2-3 सालों में जैसे क्वेश्चन आए उस हिसाब से ये इजी था, राइट? उस हिसाब से आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट हिस्ट्री इज इजियर एंड वन कुड हैव सॉल्व्ड ऑल द क्वेश्चन, नो, राइट? बट एटलीस्ट अब लोकहितवादी हैं, ऐसे क्वेश्चंस हैं, देयर आर सम क्वेश्चंस व्हिच आर लिटरली वेरी इजी वन, यू कैन फाइंड इट इजीली, और शायद आपने कभी थोड़ी बहुत भी पढ़ने की कोशिश की होगी तो आप आराम से कर सकते थे. सेंट्रल हिंदू स्कूल CHS बनारस कमच्छा इज द प्लेस, तो आई रिमेंबर बिकॉज आई बिलोंग टू दैट प्लेस, राइट? पॉलिटी, सो सम अपार्ट फ्रॉम सम पॉलिटिकल थ्योरीज, कुछ पॉलिटिकल थ्योरीज रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन थे जो शायद टफ हो सकते थे, बट अराउंड 10 or 11 वेर मॉडरेट और इजी. Around 3 questions were repeated. One question straight from NDA 2020 question paper, right? So UPSC also repeats. Yes, it repeats. If you do the previous years, you could have easily scored. Science question PCB, 100% NCERT, line by line. 100% NCERT. Anyone who could have gone for the 8, 9, 10th NCERT would have scored all correct. Expect 1-2 question like, you know, if you talk about the spoon question, concave convex wala, because it's not direct but it is present in some of the indices of NCERTs. Economics, that was around 11 question, but this was more or less definitional economics. There is no conceptual question. If you know the term, the type of deficit, the type of recession, type of economic terminologies, we have given you a booklet, right? A booklet of economic terminology. So in the last 2 exams, this booklet was not helpful, but this time there were three questions straight from the booklet, right? Miscellaneous, 2 question which could have been, you know, like human geography में आप इसको रख सकते थे, Indo-Dravidian वाले, Indo-Aryan Dravidian वाले question. So overall, I feel that the average attempt, right? जैसे कि maybe some candidates say that we have written around 76 or 82, maybe, right? But the average attempt, I feel that any of the candidate who is having, you know, average preparation could have attempt at least 52 plus, at least this is average. But if you are preparing NCERTs, if you have done NCERTs, you have worked upon the MCQs, you have followed the PYQs, definitely your score could have been more than 78 plus attempt at least, right? एक अच्छा बच्चा जरूर होगा जो कोई ना कोई उसमें 80 प्लस अटेम्प्ट कर सकता है, नॉट ए बिग डील दिस टाइम ओनली, अगर उसने वाकई 4 महीने 5 महीने प्रिपरेशन करी होगी, राइट? सो एनीथिंग, आई पर्सनली फील दैट कि एनीथिंग अबव द स्कोर, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट स्कोर नॉट द अटेम्प्ट, right? So it's 40 plus is a good score, it's a safe side score, although I can say that many of the candidates will be there who will be scoring around 45 or 50 plus this time, right? ये वाकई में लास्ट 3 सालों में सबसे आसान पेपर रहा जिसमें आप वन वर्ड, कैन यू बिलीव दैट अंडमान निकोबार, दैट 10 degree channel question, and what is the longitude of India? मतलब even if I somebody ask me कि स्टैंडर्ड मेरिडियन कौन सा है इंडिया का, इफ somebody ask me कि क्या ये क्वेश्चन आएगा आज के डेट में, ये एनटीपीसी में आता है क्वेश्चन, तो समटाइम्स यूपीएससी, यू नो, यूपीएससी इज अनप्रेडिक्टेबल, दे कैन आस्क एनीथिंग अबाउट एवरीथिंग, राइट? सो it's we have to answer. Of course paper was easy, and I think that कि this question जो common easy question है could have been answered by majority of the candidates, that will definitely lead to the rise in cut off, right? So this is what I feel about the GS paper. In English, the candidate, as per the feedback of the candidates, right, this was in fact not above par in comparison to the previous one. That means if candidate was able to score 60-65 in the previous paper, let's suppose 70 in the CDS 22020, he would have definitely scored 70 plus in this paper as well. So keeping the English constant, level constant, because there is no part of speech type of question or the voice based question, right? तो English को आप 70 पे fix कर ले, 65-70 is a good marks, but you have to cross here 40 plus. That means on an average, I can say that this time OTA cutoff will cross the century for sure. Last time it was around 95-96. I hope abhi official nahi aayi, but this time it will hit the century, right? I hope this discussion might be helpful for you. Thank you. Good luck. All the best.